Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Susu. Today's video I am gonna be doing a 2023 recap life update for you guys. I have a lot of things to catch up with you guys. There have been changes that has happened that I haven't told you guys about, so I felt like it would be right to kind of end the year with just kind of updating you guys on what's been going on. I'm also going to be doing my makeup. I am not going to be talking too much about like the makeup I'm using, so everything will be listed in the description down below. I hope you guys are having a fantastic holiday. When this video dropped, the next day will be Christmas, so Merry Christmas to you guys. I hope you guys have a amazing holiday and spend it with family. And if you don't have family to spend it with, just know that God is with you, and you literally don't know what God has in store for you. Like, things could really change, honestly. So without further ado, let's jump right into this video. So we are about to just jump right in. First things first, I'm just gonna go ahead and put on my headband. You guys actually asked me a lot about this headband. I'm gonna link it down below. I got it on Amazon. So while my daughter is sleeping, while baby girl is sleeping, let's chat it up. So I'm just gonna pull my hair back. So I wanted to do like a life update with you guys because we haven't caught up in a minute. I'm gonna actually start with my face. I already did my moisturizer. I'm actually gonna use my Tatcha primer. I think I'm gonna start with skin first, or base first, and then do my brows. I did my own Gel X and I did a good job, but while I was taking care of Zari, it just like popped off, so I'm gonna redo it. So life update, let's first start with motherhood, and then I'm gonna update you guys on our move, because we did move actually. Then I'm gonna update you guys on like career, family, everything that is going on. I'm super excited about the new year. I think this is gonna be like my last video of us talking to each other for the new year, so we might as well just kind of like dive into it. For foundation, I'm going to be using my Makeup Forever foundation because I just really love it. It is so pretty on my skin, and being that I am now in the north, my skin color has come back to what it used to be. So I really love this foundation, especially if you want full coverage and not a clog pore. This foundation is so good, because my foundation, my Lancome one, was breaking me out so bad, and I think it's because of the fragrance in it. My skin didn't like it. Oh, mama's waking up. I didn't really like it as much. So motherhood has been really, I'll say, exciting and also like nerve-wracking. It's definitely something new, and it's taken a time for me to adjust to it, especially because it's like my new norm. Being a mom, honestly, is one of the best things I ever did in my entire life. I didn't think I was gonna feel this way. Even when I was pregnant, I was very excited to be pregnant. I was excited to like be given the opportunity by God to like be able to carry life, but I don't think I was ready for how great it was gonna feel. It felt really fantastic, and I can imagine that when I was younger, I used to say I didn't want to have children. I don't know if I want to have kids, just because of like fear, especially as women, young women that have never been pregnant. It's easy to like be scared to like birth a child or have a child, because it is a scary process. It's huge to bring a child into this world, and then like birthing a baby, child, very scary. But it honestly is so rewarding. It is honestly the most beautiful thing I've ever done in my life. I absolutely love my daughter. Like, it's even insane for me to say I have a daughter. Like, it's so insane. It was hard like the first few weeks. We do have help. My mother-in-law is helping with the baby. She helps whenever she can. She does help, but for the most part, me and Roland, my husband, were able to kind of get the hang of it. Me and my husband take turns like taking care of her and watching her. So basically right now she's getting about 4 hours of sleep every every night, every 4 hours she does feed. She's eating a lot and she wears 3-month-old clothes, so she's a pretty big girl. I already knew that was gonna happen because my husband is 6'2" and I'm 5'9", so pretty tall people, so it's understandable that our daughter would be tall. I'm using my Born This Way concealer in Butterscotch. So we take turns taking care of her as far as like just diaper change, feeding, because I am exclusively pumping. I breastfeed here and there, but majority of it is like pumping because I love being able to manage how much milk she's getting and everything. So that's been pretty much going good. But as far as motherhood goes, it does take a little bit of adjusting. Oh, you're so cute. I love you. Say hi. Daddy changed your diaper. Mama. Zaza, hey baby. She's like, what's that? It's a red light. She's looking at it. The hubs had to take Zaza, take her to a different room so I can actually get work done. If not, I'll be distracted and I'll just cut off this camera and go hang out with my daughter. So yeah, motherhood has definitely been one of the best things I ever did in my life. Honestly, it really changed my perspective on a lot of things, and that's we're gonna segue into that as far as like my parenting and my parents and everything. But yeah, motherhood has been really beautiful. It is challenging because it's like you're adjusting to your new norm and you are basically a different person, and it is very challenging, but it's also a good challenge. You know, it's definitely a phase that I'm like excited about. I'm glad that I waited till I was like out of my 20s to have a kid, because I don't think I would have been mature enough to handle all that it comes with. It does come with a lot, and it does come with a lot of selflessness. I feel like I've been the most selfless I've ever been in my entire life. I still don't recognize the person I am anymore, but not like in a bad way, in a good way. Definitely a good way. But yeah, it does make you super selfless, and I will literally give anything for my child. Like, I would do anything for my child, and that's where I'm at with it. And that's how motherhood has truly like transformed me. I am trying to get adjusted to getting back into being a content creator. It's easy for me to like do YouTube. I feel like YouTube is just so easy, like easy for me. But when it comes to like taking my pictures and all that, it is taking me a little bit longer, and it is a little bit challenging to do it. But I'm slowly but surely getting back into that. Yeah, so yeah, it's really taught me a lot. Like, being a mom has taught me a lot. It's definitely taught me patience. It's taught me, you know, grace, giving people grace, because I really suck at that. Like, I did. Even when I gave my life back to Christ, you know, I did have a little bit of stuff that I was needing God to work on me on, because it is not that easy for me to give people grace. Like, I used to suck at that, but I've gotten better with it. So with that being said, we're gonna segue into parenting. So if you're new here, if you're not new here, well, most of my subscribers know that I did have like issues with my mom. I wasn't that close to her, and I've definitely spoken about it a lot on my platform. I did dial back on speaking about it because some people take the information you give them to use it against you or destroy you. But honestly, I have no shame in my game, just because God has really transformed my life and made my life better, and he's definitely worked on a lot of things, and it makes me very comfortable to be able to talk about it. So as far as like me and my mother, we are in a really good place. I did forgive her when I gave my life to Christ, and I think I spoke about forgiveness, and I did, but I still dealt with a little bit of it. Like, it's easy to be like, well, I forgive and I forget. It's not as easy, but I did forgive her, and we were able to talk. And I think me becoming a mom made me have a little bit more empathy and grace towards her, because I realized that, number one, being a mom is the hardest thing you ever do, and it's definitely a selfless act. Also, like, no matter what, your mom will always be your mom, and you have to eventually try to understand their point of view or where they lack at their parenting, because there's really no rule book to parenting. Everybody's just kind of doing the best that they can, and I think that that's what made me really have like grace towards her and grace towards like my dad and stuff, because our parents are doing the best they can, and who am I that God forgave me for the things I've done and the mistakes I've made, and I'm over here harboring hate or still having unforgiveness for the mistakes my parents made. So yeah, we are in a good place, and she has really showed out a lot, and she's been doing such a good job in, you know, communicating and, you know, being understanding. And we did talk about a bunch of things, and we're in a very, very good place, and I'm very happy about that. I felt like, you know, when you have issues with your parents, that's not really what you want. Most people want good relationships with their parents, but sometimes, you know, you go through stuff that kind of hardens you and you get tired of being taken advantage of. But I think me going through what I went through made me actually have empathy, grace, and a whole bunch of everything for her, because my mom did have me in her 20s, and I always thought, I was like, I just could never imagine having my first child at 20. How old was she? 25. Yeah, I couldn't imagine having my first child at 25. But you guys, if you're Nigerian, you know, like as soon as you get married, there is kind of like a push for you to have children really fast, and I personally don't think that's okay. I do think that you should definitely like have that moment with your spouse before y'all kind of jump into having children, because that's like a different season in its own. Like having kids is a different season, you know. Getting married is a season, having kids is a season, everything is pretty much a season, and you really don't want to rush into anything. Yeah, it made me have grace for her, and we are in a good place, and there's definitely been boundaries that's been set, which I really think is very important. I think that it's good to kind of have boundaries when it comes to parents, or just people in general, not only parents but people in general. It's good to have boundaries, and like I said, it's definitely made me more empathetic and have more grace for people, because that's what I struggled with, is just having grace for people. Nobody's perfect. Everybody's basically trying their best. Like I said, everybody's trying their best, and I have to understand that. So is my parents. They're trying their best. Somebody did ask me on my vlog, are we going to be having a dedication for our daughter? And we are. Everything pretty much for the dedication is already done. It's gonna be a fun time. I'm super excited to see family members and people that I grew up with be there. It's also gonna be me and my husband's wedding that we never got. So we got married in a courthouse. Me and my husband got married in a courthouse. We just kind of like went to the courthouse and got married. This was about 7 to 8 years ago. So we never really had a wedding. We were in love, and we just wanted to do things under the confinement of God, because we were already living together and we did not want to keep on sinning. So we wanted our marriage, our union, to be blessed. So we got married in court and did the whole paperwork thing. So we never really got like a wedding per se. So since we're doing the dedication, his mom was like, well, we might as well just kind of do the dedication and the wedding all together. We already did the introduction. My family has met his family and everything. So now we're just going to be having the wedding on the same day as the baby dedication. A lot of people do it that way as well. So yeah, we're going to be having that, which I'm super excited about. It's been great planning it. My mother-in-law has been the one planning it. My mom is also helping her with it as well. So like seeing the families kind of come together and talk and communicate and there be like a union has been such a blessing. I'm so happy, because I feel like my daughter deserves to have a healthy family dynamic. That's like one of the biggest things that I want for my daughter, is for her to have a healthy family dynamic. I didn't grow up in a healthy family dynamic. I kind of grew up in a very toxic family, which I feel like it played a role in how I used to behave, because I didn't grow up in that. I really kind of grew up in struggle. So I had to fend for myself and take care of myself. So I grew up in a very toxic household, and it made me have the mentality that I have. So I really don't want that for my daughter. It's very important that, you know, me and my husband do our best to communicate even when things get stressful, because times I have gotten stressful, especially with taking care of the baby and having not getting enough sleep. It can make you very like irritable, but we've been able to like just kind of talk things out, manage things, and just communicate. I feel like that's like been the biggest thing, is that we've been able to communicate whenever we are feeling overwhelmed. Especially my husband is very attentive, so he notices when I'm like not in the best of moods, and he would just ask, are you okay? And I really do appreciate it. I really appreciate my husband. I'm very blessed to have the husband that I have. He's always been a great man, and I knew that I will one day make him a father. He's that great of a man that I would sacrifice my body for him. So I already knew he was gonna be a great father just because of how he is and the man that he is. So going through this whole pregnancy with him has been amazing, very much so amazing, and he's been very helpful. So moving on to the next topic. So we did move out of Texas. We no longer live in Texas. I lived in Texas for about 9 years. No, 9 years? No, I think did I live in Texas? I think I lived, yeah, 9 years, 9 or 8 years. I lived in Texas from 8 to 9 years. We moved out of Houston because when I found out I was pregnant, I just knew that I felt like I wouldn't raise my daughter in Texas, just because like Texas is cool. Well, Houston is cool, but to raise a child, I don't think that it would be smart. Like, that's just me, and that's how I feel. So I did use my Charlotte Tilbury powder. This stuff is amazing. Love using this. So I just use that to set, and then I got the one size powder in I got this one in Sweet Honey. I just bought it. I haven't used it yet, so we're gonna try it out together. But yeah, I always knew that I didn't want to raise my daughter or a child in Texas. So once I got pregnant, I kind of didn't know if we're gonna move or not. We didn't know where we wanted to move, so we spoke to family, and once me and Roland went to Maryland for the introduction in May. I didn't quite vlog that trip because it was personal and I didn't feel like sharing that with the internet. But once we went to go visit our family in May, we realized that our parents are getting old, and like there was nothing really keeping us bounded to Houston. Well, not bounded, that's not a word. Nothing was keeping us bound to Houston, and so it made more sense for us to move back to Maryland, especially because we're both from Maryland. Both of our family lives in Maryland. It didn't really make sense for us to still be in Houston. Granted, my sister is there. My sister is a registered nurse. She does not have time to be helping us out with a baby, and she's never had a baby before, so she wouldn't even know what to do. So we moved to Maryland. We actually packed all our stuff up and said we're leaving Houston. I also didn't like that Houston was now turning into like a mini Atlanta. Nothing wrong with Atlanta. I just never was into the whole Atlanta lifestyle. That's why I never moved to Atlanta. I've lived in Atlanta before, but I knew that it wasn't for me. When I was younger, I was just like, nah, this place is not for me. Once I just noticed that Houston was kind of moving into that atmosphere and us not really having family down there, and then like the school system in Texas is completely different from the school system in Maryland, in the DMV. We made the decision to move back to the DMV. So far, so good. We do like it. I'm just bronzing up my face. We do like it. We do like the school system here because we both went to school here, and we love that our family's also here and people that we grew up with is here. It's just like all signs pointed to moving back home. Like raising a child is not easy, and I already knew it wasn't gonna be easy. So I am sorry, I'm not gonna live my life in hard mode when I could live my life in easy mode. That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, we decided that, okay, what would be best for us and what would be best for Zari, and we decided that moving back home would be best for Zari and leaving Houston. Houston is a party city. I didn't really care for Dallas, so we knew we weren't gonna move to Dallas. I didn't care for Austin, and I love the culture in the DMV. The DMV has a culture, and you know, it's so funny, I always said I would never move back to the DMV, of course, because like I didn't think I was gonna get pregnant. I didn't think I was gonna rededicate my life to God. Like everything just kind of just happened, honestly. And you know, they said that it says that we tell God our plans and he laughs, and I felt like God was actually laughing, like, yeah girl, okay, that's what you thought you were gonna do. Okay, you know, we plan our way and then God laughs at it. Literally, that's literally what happened, because I used to say I would never move back to the DMV, but you know, never say never, babes, never say never. I'm pretty much out the way. I'm not really a person that goes out as much anymore. I just love hanging out with my family. I also think it's growth. I think I've just matured a lot in such a short period of time. My husband tells me all the time that you seem so different. It's like, I like it, but he's like, you're different. And I was like, yeah, it's maturity. So yeah, like I said, I love the school system here. I love that I have family and people that I grew up with here. I feel like I learned all the lessons that I needed to learn in Texas in the past 8 to 9 years I was there. I feel like I learned all the lessons that I needed to learn. And boy, did I learn some lessons, child. But I do love the woman I am today. I don't think I would change anything. There are certain things I would change as far as like how I handle certain situations, but I do see it as like, you live and you learn. I don't think that there's something I need to be embarrassed about. I don't need to be embarrassed about decisions I've made or mistakes I've made, because we all make mistakes. Nobody's perfect, and that's what people need to realize, that nobody's perfect. And just give people grace, bro. Yeah, give people grace. Everybody's kind of like learning how to do things. Nobody's perfect, and I feel as though like people try to act like everybody's perfect or they're perfect, so they like to like throw stones and hide their hands. Nobody's perfect, bro. Nobody's perfect. So give people grace. Give people grace. That's something I have to learn. Like, give people grace, Susan. Give people grace. I'm gonna be using my Dark Deepest by MAC. No, it's MAC Dark Deepest Skin Mineralized. I'm gonna use that to like warm me up. But yeah, so we're back in the DMV and I'm liking it so far. And like I said, I'll be out the way, so nobody's really, I'm not really a person that just be out and about anymore. Like, my life is totally changed. I love hanging out with my family. I love just being home. I've become such a homebody. It's insane. 2023, I do want to be a little bit more transparent with you guys. I did kind of shield off and become very like closed off a little bit, just because like with social media, and I've gone viral a couple of times for things that I've said and people didn't agree with it and they've attacked me. So it kind of made me just kind of pull back, and I don't think it's fair. Just because like some people say certain things, that doesn't mean I need to pull back from the people that do care about me and the people that do support me, because people are always gonna have something to say. And that's one thing about it, like if they ain't talking, you ain't popping, you know. That's how I feel. If they ain't talking, you ain't popping. So I felt like I did pull back away from you guys and I wasn't as transparent, and I had to realize that I really did build a community. I worked my freaking butt off to build this community, and it's a community full of women. You guys have seen me go through different stages. The ones that have been here from the get would see that, you know, when me and Roland first got engaged, when we got married, when I first moved to Houston, when I moved to Dallas, when I moved to Austin, when I moved back to Houston, you know that your girl has been through it all and has gone through different life stages, and it's normal. Like, I'm trying to find myself, and I feel like I finally found myself. I feel like I have a sense of direction right now, and it's all thanks to Jesus. Like, thank Jesus for giving me like a purpose and giving me life again, because I know it's cliche for people to be like, oh, you know, when people are going through stuff, they just go to religion. I'm not going to religion. I'm going to a relationship with Christ. And I think that what happened is that once I turned 28, I just realized that I needed God. Like, bro, I need God. Like, I can't figure this thing called life out myself. I'm over here making dumb decisions, making dumb mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Just doing stupid things. And I really need the Lord. And I'm glad that I relinquished everything to God, because I feel like once I did that, it's like life just started to like happen in a better way. So yeah, you know, I was closed off, and I you know, I do want to work on that and not be so closed off. I also want to be consistent, because I did start to become inconsistent when it comes to like my job and not knowing what I wanted to do anymore. I was thinking of a plan B. I was gonna leave like social media. Like the enemy was really like trying to get me to just stop posting. And I have a reason to start. I have a reason why I started doing like social media. I have a reason why I opened up my camera and started doing YouTube. I wanted to oh sorry, hold on. I'm gonna do my brows and then I'm back. When I started YouTube and when I started social media, I wanted to impact young girls and show them that life could really get good. You just have to be dedicated, and you just have to know what you want out of life. Especially a person like me, like I didn't think I'll be where I am right now. And granted, like I'm not the biggest influencer in the world, but for where I am right now, I am super proud of me and super proud of what I've accomplished and who I am. And it's only gonna get better. I just need to give myself that discipline to be able to just keep going, because yeah, it does get hard and life does get hard, but that doesn't mean you need to give up on yourself. So I don't want to become so shielded off to the point that I'm not sharing with you guys and I'm keeping stuff from you guys because of what others might say or what others might think. You know, I can't live my life like that, because I'm pretty much an open book. I try my best to share with you guys, because at the end of the day, you guys are watching me grow and we're all growing together. Nobody's perfect. Nobody has it all figured out. So I'm trying my best this year to be, you know, more open with you guys. As you guys saw, I did share my daughter with you guys, and I wasn't gonna share her at first. I wasn't gonna post about her, none of that. But I was like, I literally built this community from the ground up. They've seen so much happen in my life, and like they've really just been, you know, impactful in my life. You guys have been so impactful in my life, and it's not fair that now I have a daughter and just going through that process and not sharing with my audience or sharing with the community I worked so hard to build. I'm not gonna let anybody's opinion of me stop me from sharing, because you know, I've read some messed up things about me and my family and all that type of stuff, but I have to work hard to not let it get to me, because at the end of the day, it's just miserable people doing miserable things, and it's okay. Like if they have something to say, let people talk. That doesn't mean I need to now ostracize the community I worked so hard to build just because of a few people. It doesn't really make any sense. So yeah, that's one thing I do also want to teach my daughter, is like, don't let people stop you from being who you're meant to be, because at the end of the day, if you are meant to be great, there's always going to be people that are going to try to bring you down and make you second guess who God made you to be. So, you know, like I said, I do want to be, you know, transparent with you guys and be real with you guys, hence why I'm making this end of the year video with you guys, just updating you guys on what's going on in my life and the changes I'm making, and you know, the moves that we've made, and it's been going good. I'm very grateful for you guys. I'm thankful that we are wrapping up this year 2023. I would have never guessed I would have never guessed this is how it was gonna go. Like I had my prayer board, and there are things that I prayed for, and you know, I was like, oh, you know, I'm just gonna put it at the feet of God and see what happens. And I did, and you know, we're ending it with a baby. We're ending it with an addition to the family, and it's so amazing. So amazing. So amazing. I'm so thankful. So yeah, 2024 is gonna be amazing. I'm gonna not second guess myself. If I want to post something, I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna actually put in the effort, because I don't want to look back and regret the chances or the risk that I never took. I have to take risk. I've been doing this since I was a kid. You know, I've been doing things that other people wouldn't do, or other people would think is weird. You know, I've been doing that, so why stop now? You know, so yeah, let me try to hurry up. Lip combo, trendsetter. lip liner. And then for lip gloss, I'm gonna be using my ABH Anastasia Beverly Hills. This lip gloss is in soft pink. It's honestly so pretty. It's just like, looks so good. This is my natural hair, which I kind of want to start. I want to start getting sew-ins because I feel like I'm at that age where like I just want like sew-ins more so than the wigs, because my hair has gotten super long and super healthy that I want to mess it up again. It's like, I'm joking. I don't know if I should. Should I put my hair in a ponytail? This is cute, but I adjusted the light a little bit. I went to go do my hair. So I had to do a half up, half down because honestly, I'm not putting no more heat in my hair. I did put some heat. I tried to wrap my hair last night and some side was wrapped good, the other side is not, but I still look cute. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this, like, not life update. I hope you guys enjoyed this 2023 recap. Also updating you guys on my life and what's been happening. I am so excited for 2024. I cannot wait to see what it brings me. Honestly, I do have things that I want, but I'm just gonna lay it at the feet of God and let him do his thing because he knows best. And I decided to trust him with this year, and this year went fantastic. I'm so happy, honestly. I'm happy for you guys. I'm happy for my family. I'm happy for my life. I'm happy for all the new things God is doing in my life. I did not expect things to go this way. If you knew my testimony, if you knew Susan that dealt with so many issues, the woman I am right now, younger me would have never ever thought that this would be my life. And I'm super grateful and I'm super thankful. Like, God really is the Alpha and Omega. Like, I speak so much about God just because I know my life before I started walking with God truly, and I know my life now that I'm walking with God fully, night and day. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a big old thumbs up if you do, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye.